Hello, Transand fans, and welcome to Transistor Sandwich, the show where I use a plethora of hardware and software to whip up some tunes that you are then free to download and use in your own projects. I'm your host, Tony, and with me here in Transand Studio, I have with me my BFF, Julie, and her taller half, Gary. Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Awesome. And live show viewers, take a look in the top right corner of your screen and you'll see my better half, Ross, generously hosting our live stream from his iVlog.tv control room. So wave to the camera, Ross. So if you're new to the show, here's the scoop. I compose a song right here on the spot before your eyes. At the end of the show, I'll present the end result by improvising a lead vocal using a collection of random lyrics. So this week, I'll be getting those lyrics from this magazine. This is an old, this is what I used to read when I was in my, well, I was going to say teens, but I think I was in my 20s by this point. But it's an old, I'll hold it up to the live cam there. It's an old keyboard magazine. Yeah. Well, there's two cams. This is, yeah, but see, this is the live cam. And then this is the YouTube cam. And then, come to think of it, this is also a YouTube cam, and this is a YouTube cam, and this is a YouTube cam, and this is a YouTube cam. By the way, we have a YouTube channel. So, tonight, what I'm going to do for the lyrics at the end of the show is I'm going to get Julie to holler out some random numbers. I'm just going to get her to ask her for a couple of random numbers. I'm going to use those numbers to look up the corresponding page. So, Julie, that'll be anywhere from page, well, you could use page 3. It's a table of contents, but it's got lines. So, anywhere from page 3 to 167. So, I'll pick that page, and then I'll get you to holler out a line number. And it doesn't just have to be Julie. If you're in the live chat room, holler it out. Type it out in the chat room. And we'll use that to select a line for the lyrics for the song. That sentence that I pick from the page will become the next line in the lyrics for the song that I have yet to build. By the way, live viewers, feel free to pitch in your own phrase if you like. I'll use that too. Just let Julie know in the chat room. So, let's get started. We have a menu this evening. And what do we have on the menu? Well, we have, of course, GarageBand. I've been using GarageBand a lot, but they keep adding new features to it, and I'm loving it. So I'm going to keep using GarageBand. Plus, it's a great way to kind of get everything networked together. It's not just the audio that I have going all into GarageBand here. I have all of the MIDI signals from the different synthesizers that I play going into it, so I can route them however I want. Not that I do usually. I usually just go right into GarageBand and just run everything from there. But, you know, it's a great app. So I have already started a project this week because I needed a little downtime through the week. Had a little bit of a vexing issue with my work and had to get away from it. So came into the studio, kind of chilled out, relaxed, and came up with a cool bass line. It was not planned. I just started trying out a different sound. Usually I just come over and I just start playing piano, and I got bored with it. So I flipped over to a bass, and I was like, cool bass line, cool bass line. Just kind of let my hands glide across the keys. Came up with this cool bass line, and it kept expanding. And by the end of it, I was like, wow, that could turn into a cool Transand song. So I thought, hey, let's start with that. So I created a template. So for this template, we have our menu of GarageBand with the Dark Currents sidechain bass. That was what I used as the bass line, actually, when I first started out the song. I was just using the bass on my digital piano here. Let's see if I can find it here. Oh, it was a wooden bass, if I remember correctly. Whoops, I just cut myself off. So I just had a cool little... That's a wood bass. So that was groovy. If I was doing like a jazz song or something, that would be cool. So yeah, that could be groovy, but that wasn't what I came up with. And the line that I came up with, I thought, that would sound cool if it had kind of like a nice synthy sound to it. So it then became, let me just pull that bass up there. Well, this is one part of it. This is the electronic part of the bass. There's another part on top of that to give it a little bit of an impact. And that's the modern 80s bass. So that's on the menu as well. Modern 80s bass bright. Yeah, which was the default anyway. But it was perfect. It's got a lot of bottom end to it, a lot of impact. So it works out well. Ooh, I think I've got my voice coming back at me here. I'm just going to click this device off. There we go. And I'm caught up in my cable. So then after that, I took a look for some ARPs. You know me and my ARPs. I love my ARPs. So I came up with Droplets Aquatic ARP. So that's has a little bit of it's got like a droplet sound to it. Plus, it actually sounds like there's water in there. So that was kind of neat. Then I thought, well, it can't all be just GarageBand, so I also need some strings, and I do love the string section on this digital piano. It sounds very silent. It would help if I turned it on. Here, let's see. Yeah, there we go. So some nice strings to go along with it. Female choir morph was the next part I put, because strings are great, but I wanted some a nice choral progression to go with it. So I also got a little bit of whoops, not that. Female choir morph. Here it is. Oh, that's with the strings. Turn the strings off for a moment there so you can hear it. So that's the choir. It actually sounds like a real section of voices in there. Well, it didn't sound like that. And what was the other one? Oh, Modern 909 drum machine. I discovered with the latest version of GarageBand, they actually give you a full-on drum machine with all of the rhythmic patterns blocked out into sections. So I chose the Modern 909 kit. So it's got that kind of nice 90s, late 90s, early 2000s rhythm section. And what else did I have? The Yamaha strings. Oh, I also wanted the Korg to get in on the action. So over here I have the Korg playing it's a MIDI digital piano. Whoops. Well, it doesn't really sound like that. Let me get off of that for a moment and turn it on here. Korg i3, here we go. There we go. So that's a MIDI digital piano on the Korg i3. Let me just move my well, since I got to move this magazine out of the way, Julie, give me a number.
67.
67. 67. Let's see. Number 6, page number 67. Is that 67? Some of these don't have page numbers because they have advertising. Oh, there we go. Ooh, that's an article on Keith Emerson, one of my favorite all-time keyboardists. Yeah, I know. Cool, eh? Need another number, a line number now.
5.
5. Line number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, it's actually a long line. So you ready? You gotta type this out. I need this. All right, so the line is, when I hear it now, it almost sounds like My Funny Valentine. What an odd line. When I hear it now, it almost sounds like My Funny Valentine. So that's going to be the first line in the song. When I hear it now, it almost sounds like My Funny Valentine. I don't know if this is going to give me an advantage in the show, knowing the lines ahead of time. I don't think so, because I have no idea how I'm going to sing them yet either.
You'll forget by the time you get to them.
This is true. I forget at the drop of a hat. I would forget most things if I dropped my hat. I would forget that I actually owned a hat. Do I own a hat? I think I do. I need a Sans hat. Let me see. What else did we put in there? Oh, that's the entire palette that I'm working from. The entire menu, actually. Hello, Nicole. I want to say hello to some people in the live chat. So hello, Nicole and Sue and Anna. Hi, Anna. Glad to have you here. And Judy. Hello, Judy. Good to have you here. Hey, I thought you were supposed to be catching up on Star Trek tonight. It's okay. You can watch my show. All right. So this bass line that I came up with this week, how does it go? Well, it goes a little bit like this. So it's got some cool bottom end. Hey, Carnell, thanks for dropping in. It's got a nice groove to it. Wilkes, hello, thanks for dropping in. So it modulates up a step there, kind of give it a little more variety. So this wasn't just one simple bass line that I just kept looping over and over. I actually stood here because it was my relaxed time. So I actually stood here and tapped out this bass line over a period of, well, however long this song is. When I first tried the drums on this one, I was using an old 808 drum machine, and it was cool. It was very retro. It's 80s, but it was a little thin. Particularly going with this bass line. This bass line really needed a little more. I don't know what that was. It felt like somebody come up behind me and goosed me. So yeah, this is like a little breakdown section here. I'm just hammering on a low C. Bow, 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 bow. Just to break it up a little bit, I'll probably kick into a different rhythm at this point. And this is like a bridge leading from that breakdown. And then it goes back into the regular riff. It's coming up to the end of the song now. Another run of this regular riff. And this is the outro here. Just hammering on that low C. Well, and then it looped around to the beginning, which is great. This is a perfect looping song if you're using it as a background music for a project. The end point is a perfect loop point. It'll loop right back around. Make it really easy to make it as long or as short as you need it to be. Now, I just noticed a notification popping up on my screen. I should probably stop those. Oh, it's hard to flick up from the bottom of the screen when the stand is in the way. There we go. Turn off my notifications. There. Lovely. All right then. So, now that we've got that in, let's go to the next phase, which will be the rhythm section. So as I said, I've got this cool little drum machine doodad here. So I could poke in whatever I wanted to for rhythm instruments here on a grid. So for example, if I put a kick drum hit at the beginning of each set of 4 on this grid, then let me just mute the bass line for the moment, so we can focus on our drum machine. So there's our kick drum. Once at the beginning of each set of 4. If I was to put a snare drum at the top of that, we could probably add a couple of hand claps here somewhere. We could, do the whole hi-hat thing going on there. it some So that's a rhythm. Hey Lynn, thanks for dropping in. Otherwise known as Le Rocket. La Rocket? Le Rocket? No, La. It should be La Rocket. Then shouldn't it be spelled TTE at the end? So that's my own made up rhythm right there. Or I could go into the presets here, and there's lots of patterns, preset patterns that they've already got done up for me here. Here's one called Advanced Machines. That's kind of neat. Whoops, I clicked out of it. That actually, didn't that change the entire, no, it's still using 909. No, it isn't, actually. Yeah, the 909 sounds completely different. Oh, there's the patterns. I touched the wrong thing. Okay, so this one's called Modern Analog. There's Robot Funk. Yeah, I don't think that will go with the bass line that I had running there. Here's one called Hands Up. Oh no, that's got a bit of a swing to it. Live Room. Oh, that's kind of neat. That might be good for the breakdown in the middle. Here's one called Dirt Road. That sounds like somebody being dragged down a dirt road. I don't think I can use that one. Heavy Ions. Oh no, that's awful. Sunset Ride. There's a lot of weird clapping going on there. Okay, that's different. Controlled Chaos. It sounds barely controlled. Staircase Stepper. No, I don't like that. Back and forth. Wow, that's interesting. It's a little too industry. Oh no, too much clapping going on there. Here's mechanical. Wow, that's different. Push and pull. Oh, mercy. Steady hands. I don't know. I think Deep Crate. I think Modern Analog was probably the best one that I had at the time, because it seemed to blend really well with that bass line. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with that. There's something about that rhythm that I just am digging. Now what I have to do is, the way that this drum machine works, we've got all of our patterns worked out here, but I need to actually record it for the sections that I need it. So I'm just going to go to the beginning here. Now I know for the first two sections before the breakdown is where I'm going to record this much of the drums. So let's do that. And it's just recording note information. So, oh, wait, is it? Oh, okay, yes it is. There we go. Try that again. Yeah, it's just recording note information, so I can talk over it. It's not going to record my voice or anything. It's just recording MIDI information. Okay, so this section should be wrapping up here. Okay, so I've got that much of it. For the next section, which Yeah, which is the modulated section. That's where it steps up a little bit. So I just want a little bit of a variety on the drums. Oh, speaking of variety, there's actually a button on here that it looks like a little die. And apparently, if you hit that, it'll just randomize some of the pattern. So let's just do that. That's different. And then I randomized it again, and it brought it back down to a little more relaxed pattern. Okay, so I've got that section there. I'm going to copy the first one I did because I want to bring it back to that. Familiarity in sections of a song helps people hook into it, I find. So let's get that section going there. Drag my thing back. What? I'm trying to grab a hold of it. There we go. Oh, now there's definitely a different feel to the kick in that section. So I'm actually going to have to shorten that randomized section and pull that original section in a little further. So that randomized section works well for the modulated. But then when it comes back from the modulation, I want it to go back into, there we go, back into our regular rhythm. That should modulate up again, I believe, which means I can take that randomized section. Or let's randomize it again and see what we come up with this time. Sounds like a heartbeat. All right, so I've got that part in there. Whoops, went a little too long. And we'll get back to our familiar pattern. So copy and paste that right on the end there. It's always good to loop back to a familiar piece. Repetition helps people lock into a pattern, which is how habits are formed. Oh, that's where it breaks down. So I definitely need the rhythm to change there. So let's trim that up and let's do a randomizer, see what the magic drum machine comes up with this time. Wow, that is so weird. The randomized pattern went along with the new bass line so well. All right, so I've got that breakdown there. Whoops, undo. I dragged it by mistake. I just wanted to trim up the end of it. There we go. And yeah, there is still a little bit of a breakdown there. So let's randomize again and see what happens. Oh, I think I ended too soon. Darn. Oh, that's okay. It's already randomized. Oh, that feels nice. Oh my goodness. Thank you for opening the door, Julie. That's lovely. Oh.
It doesn't smell so lovely.
Oh no, does it smell yucky outside? Oh.
It goes around or something.
Well, that's fine. We're not in the country, at least. Then it would, well, actually, I wouldn't mind that. I grew up on a farm, so, you know, if it smelled like cow manure, I would feel right at home. Ew, as odd as that sounds. Let's get this rhythm in. to extend this one a little bit. I have to remember to not end this too soon. There, that's where it's supposed to end, right there. Oh, looks like I hit it at the right spot too. Then we need to come back into our familiar rhythm. So copy, paste that right there. And that actually takes us right out to the end. Okay, so let's back it up. We've got all of our rhythm section recorded, which means now I can go on to some filling in some of the empty areas. And of course, you know me and arpeggiators, I love my arps. So, ooh, that didn't sound too arpy. There we go. So, actually what I'm going to do as I'm recording this arp, you're going to hear piano with it, only because I need to hear, whoops, that's not piano. There we go. Only because I need to hear the impact of the notes that I'm playing, because I want to play around with the arp a little bit. And just by the nature of the attack of the arpeggiator, it can be hard to play around with the notes because you don't really know when they're being hit. With the piano in place, I can hear the impact of each note, so I know where I'm going. But I'm not going to be recording the piano. I don't actually want the piano in that part. I only want it to be the arpeggiator. The piano is just an accompaniment for me to kind of help lock things together. Oh, I hit that at the wrong spot. Okay, just want to check that out before I go any further. And I also forgot that it was stepping up to the next pattern. Yeah, that's going to work out all right, I think. All right, so this next section, it modulates up to an F. We started in C. I'm going to modulate this up to an F. This is that breakdown section. I don't have to do a lot here, it's a breakdown. I wasn't planning on stopping right there, but it actually worked out really well. There we go. Okay, we've got stuff. Oh, crap. Oh. Is there a redo? Because I just accidentally hit the undo. my Lord, are you kidding me? Okay, well, I don't see an undo. Wait, if I press and hold, oh, there is a redo. Okay, anybody who's using GarageBand, so in the interface at the top of GarageBand, all you can see is the undo arrow. It's that curvy, backy arrow thing that they've got going on. If you press and hold on that undo arrow, and I bet you this probably applies to their other apps as well, like Keynote or Numbers or any of those. So press and hold the undo, and you'll get another undo or a redo. And my recording is back. Yes! I saw something pop up on my screen a moment ago. Somebody sent me a picture. Oh, look at that! Sue's watching me on her big screen TV. Hopefully I don't look hideous on all of that large projection. Oh, now I've lost my, where'd GarageBand go? There we go. Back it up. There we go. So, we've got all of our ARPs in there. We've got some ARPy goodness going on, a little bit of flow, some droplets happening. We need some more numbers. Oh, what did I do with my magazine? I had it a moment ago. Oh, there it is. Keyboard Magazine from June 1992. Page number. Page number. 17. Page number 17 we're going with. 17. When I was 17. I don't remember what happened when I was 17, to be honest. It's too long ago now. 17 is an advertisement for Mark of the Unicorn. That was actually, it was a computer-based sequencing application. Very cool, very cool. Run on a Mac, of course. Everything ran on a Mac back then. Oh, need a line number now. Line number.
A line number?
A line number.
1 to what?
Hmm?
Okay, 10.
10. Line number 10. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is a very wordy advertisement. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh my God. All right, are you ready for this, Julie? Slurs and ties. So S-L-U-R-S. Slurs and ties reshape with the click of a mouse. Slurs and ties reshape with the click of a mouse. So we'll see how well that goes for the next one.
It'll be a time.
Yeah, slurs and ties. I'll be slurring that part of the song, that's for sure. All right, well, we've got our ARPs. We've got another line for the song. Let us now go to strings. We need strings. We're going to use the Yamaha digital piano for strings because it has great strings. It has a lot of other great instruments as well. There's, you know, some mellow electric piano, or mellow grand piano, which sounds slightly more mellow than the regular grand piano. And it's got its jazz organs, you know. And, you know, it's rock organs. And all other kinds of stuff, but it's got lovely strings. Very orchestral. Okay, but that's not the part that I'm going to play. I actually have a part worked out for that already. Well, sort of. I just walked up and tried something out earlier, and I was like, hey, that could work. Let's see if it does work. I won't start it out right away because we've already got some action happening. Yeah, I think that will work. I'm going to record that. So, in this particular case, GarageBand is actually recording audio. So I'm sending audio from this keyboard into that mixer over there, which has USB on it. That's connected to the iPad. The iPad is going to record it directly, which means I need to shut up. So let's get some strings happening here. Cool. Right on. Right on. That's kind of, I got it. That's got a string section. There was one part that I wasn't really sure of. I think I may have gone off kilter from the bass line. I need to hear that bass line. Let me get back into multi-track mode here so I can see all my tracks. And, oh, not that bass line. I need the 80s bass line. It's the one that's got the attack. Yeah, that part there. So it should be one moment. What am I doing there? Oh, I see what I did. I didn't think I jumped up that far. Let me try that again. Well, there's fewer notes than I was expecting, so I'll need to redo that little section of strings there. So let me just jump back to my strings track, and what I can do is, if I hit split, I get a little pair of scissors on my waveform here, and I just grab a hold of those scissors, I drag them down, and it snips that track. That actually is how we used to edit our music. On magnetic tape, we would snip those sections out of place and put them back, and I bet you Sue remembers doing that. She probably remembers doing that for videotape. That should go right to there, yes, I think. So I need to snip it there as well. So go into split mode, pull down on those scissors icon, and now I can take that little piece out. Let's take that piece out, and I can punch in my string recording right there. So it is C, G, A flat, B flat, C. All right. Oh. I hit a wrong key. There, I got it. Nice cough. I should add that in. Oh, crap, that reminds me. I forgot to mute my microphone. Oops. Oops, indeed. We shall have to rectify that. Mike. There we go. Now I can pull that other section back to where it should be. I think. Well, we're about to find out where it's if it's where it should be. Yep, it's exactly where it should be. Cool! Right on. Now I just need to get a general mix of that. Cool. All right. Ha-ha! Well, that's the string track done. We're getting there. It's getting there. Oh, we have, hey, is this from Wilkes? Yes. Cool. We've got a new page number. So Wilkes has suggested page number 13. 13? Ugh, it's unlucky, dude. No, not really. Let me see. Line 13. Page number 13, line 13. This is going to be really lucky, isn't it? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Here's line number 13. Composed and performed and edited. Oh God, that's going to be hard to say. The piece itself. Composed and performed and edited the piece itself. Edited? How am I going to sing that? That's how it's going to turn out. It's just going to be, it's going to be more than a tongue twister. It'll be a tongue twister. A more impressive tongue twister. Oh, we've got another one too. Let's grab this one while we're at it. We need some lines. So Carnell says, page 5, line 13. What the hell is up with the 13s? Page 5. Page 5. Oh, another advertisement. Ooh, this is an advertisement for a board. I can't even see what board it is. Who makes it? Dodd? It's a brand that I'm completely unfamiliar with. DOD, Department of Defense. They apparently make soundboards. That's what it looks like. Yeah, all right. I could probably, for the YouTube channel, that's where I'll hold it up to show what it looks like. Oh wait, I can actually do a scan of it and put it up later. Anyway, so line 13. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are only 10 lines. Well, unless you count 11, 12, 13. But That would be comparison based on information from the 1992 Music and Sound Buyer's Guide. Now, let's go with the last line on the page then. There wasn't 13 lines, I'm sorry. There was 10 though. So, if you want a killer mixer for a low fare, don't miss the bus. That could be interpreted in many ways. Many very odd ways. If you want a killer mixer for a low fare, don't miss the bus. So apparently missing the bus means you don't get a mixer for a low price. All right, now we need our female choir morph. What were you morphing into? Okay. So let's get our female choir morph. There we go. Maybe a bit higher. That's what I'm going to do with that. We're going to see how that works. Oh, hold on. Oh, actually, no, I don't need to mute the mic for this one because it's MIDI. That sounds cool. I like how that's turning out. Okay, I need to stop the choir at that point, so let me go in and edit that. Just to take that last note out, because I'm going to stop the choir before the breakdown comes in. Oh. As I click on each note, it's going to preview it for me. There. I just had to take out those few notes there. All right, that's good. That's groovy. Let's make sure that we've got everything quantized properly there. We'll go into our channel settings, turn on the quantization, and I think the eighth notes will handle that just fine. Oh, that was the droplets track that I did that to just now. I meant to do it to that track. Cool. All right, so I'm actually not going to start the choir right at the beginning though. I want it to add a little impact when it comes back. So, yes, right about there. Now, I need to make sure that that's still going to fit. I know it will fit here. And I need to make sure that it will modulate properly. Yeah, it's got the modulation. And bringing it back down there. Let's make sure it's still on step here. No, that's where I want it to drop out. So let me trim that up. Maybe not drop out completely. Maybe I just need a little bit of a aw. Maybe a low aw. What would it sound like? Yeah, it does kind of tie it together a little bit. Fills in some gaps. Just a single low bass note. Now maybe I'll do the climb with the next part. that should work. Do I want the choir to come back in on the end piece? No, I think I'll let it mellow out at that point, a little bit anyway. But there is one more part to put in. Wow, I've got almost all the parts. There's only one more track that I had planned out for this, and that is the MIDI piano coming from the Korg. I keep pushing on things here, thinking that it's gonna. There we go. All right, so we need our MIDI piano. Whoa, we need more lyrics. I should ask the audience for some, the live crew, anybody who's in the live crew there, if you've got a number to shout it, just 2 numbers. Shout me out 2 numbers. The first number has to be no greater than 167. I only have 167 pages. The second number can be any number, because if it goes too far, I'll just use the last line on the page. So shout out a couple of numbers, and we'll come up with another lyric for this tune, because the tune's almost done, and when it's done, I'm going to sing to it. Completely improvised. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. The lyrics aren't improvised. Well, I guess this is kind of improvising, isn't it? Page 12, line 15, Wilkes says. Page 12. That was on the opposite side of that advertisement, I believe. Oh, actually, no. Page 12 is an advertisement. It's an advertisement for Finale. It was Coda music software. Oh yeah, Finale. It was another MIDI sequencing software. There's a lot of MIDI sequencing going on in the 90s. So line 15. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, all right. 15 is, well, technically it's just act fast. but there's also there's like a second part to that line. So I'll use act fast, offer is good for a limited time only. Because it was separated by act fast, exclamation mark, because they want you to act fast. Slow is not an option with this advertisement. You have to act fast. So there we go. Act fast.
We have another page.
We have another page? Good. Another page. Who's saying something now? Line 50. Oh, Rossum. That's Rossum. 57. Page 57. 57 is... Oh. Well, I'm afraid page 57 is a bunch of musical notation. And there's no words. You probably can't see that there. It's musical notation. Yeah, so I can't get a line from that. So we'll go to the next available page, which is another part of the Keith Emerson article. It was a really big article. Sadly, he's no longer with us. Keith Emerson passed away, was it last year or this year? Last year? That's when they all started dropping off. What was the line number?
12.
Line 12, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, here we go. You ready for this? I think his voice is a lot more mature now. Apparently, if you act fast, his voice becomes more mature.
For a limited time.
For a limited time only. That could be misinterpreted in the most inappropriate ways. All right, well, that means it's time to move on to the MIDI piano. Let's move this mic away for a moment here. So let's go to our, we are in our track there. So the MIDI piano has a nice, I'm just going to move my pedals into position here. Where did he go? I'm just down here. Hello. Yeah, the MIDI piano is just a very synthesized, overprocessed piano that was popular in the 90s. and sounds like nothing apparently. Here we turn it on and it will sound like this. So I'm gonna use it as just kind of a little ad lib thing. So let us mute the mic and see what we can come up with for this MIDI piano part. I had to wait for it to fade out. Ah, we've got some more lines. But what? My birthday. Oh. I was like, whose birthday is it? Well, I understand now. So we're looking at page 9, line 27, because the 27th is my birthday, right? Am I right?
I hope so.
I wouldn't know. I don't have that good a memory. I know when it comes around every year. 9. What the heck is page 9? Oh, there we go. Page 9. What have we got in page 9? Oh, it's feedback. Hey, this is back in 1992. This is how people communicated with magazines. They actually wrote in, and they would have their letter printed in the magazine. Back in the day, before the interwebs. So page 9, line 27. All right, so there's 27. I have to do this 27 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You picked a good page for it at least. 7, 8, 9, 10, because there's lots of lines. 11, 12, 13. Some of them have run-on sentences. 14, 15. Is that part of the same line? No. 16, 17, 18. Oh, that was a short line. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, that line is one word. 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh my God. All right, here we go. So, page 9, line 27. How come the big box of gear in my magazine is much smaller than the box on the cover? How come the big box of gear in my magazine is much smaller than the box on the cover? If I had a nickel for every time I asked that, I'd owe somebody a nickel. Oh, wait. Was there another line? Was there another line? There is another. I thought I saw another line. Oh, this one's Gary's birthday. All right. Well, it's page 2. Page 2. Oh, I've got stuff falling out of here. I used to like stash things in my magazines, like, you know, important notes and sometimes money. Sadly, this is not the case. Set that aside. So page 2, line 1. The first line on page 2. Oh, well, here we go. It is an advertisement, Gary. It is, it's a Roland sound brush. Roland sound canvas. It's a lot of Roland. I need a Roland. I need a sound canvas. That would be cool. I could do some cool stuff with the sound canvas. The sound canvas is like one of these synthesizers, but crammed into like a little box in the 90s, which was a big feat. So line 1 is, yes, you too can create beautiful works just like the masters. That line again is, yes, you too can create beautiful works just like the masters. Apparently you're creating some great stuff there, Gary. Should we continue creating some great stuff? I need some accents to go along with the tunage. Some accents. You know, I'm thinking the little audible effects to kind of give a little splash here and there. Because I do that. It's just my thing. So let's set up a new synth track here. And I'm going to pull up, oh, it's already on sound effects. We've got some digital rainfall. What does that sound like? Oh, that actually goes, it's really long. But it has, harmonically, it goes well with the arpeggiator. So I may be able to use that. Let's see what variants we have of that. Oh, that one's got a, sounds like an old radio. That's interesting. What the heck is that? That's our snowstorm approaching, is what that is. All right, we'll go back to the following bleeps. So that is going to come in, I think, right about here. That's where that goes. It's a simple little part, but it just adds a little bit of spice. It's like putting pepper on something. It's not a whole lot of spice. It's a little bit of spice. I need to make sure that this track is quantized. Quantize me. Straight. I quantize straight, but that is all. Move that over there, and let's see. Let's hear that in context. Pull it down a little bit in the mix. There we go. There. Now I need a build-up to get back into the next section. And there are some reverse effects that I can use for that. So if I go back into my sound effects here, there's one called Faster and Faster. No, that wasn't what I was thinking it was. Hyperspin. Yeah, that was the one I was looking for. Not necessarily that particular one. That's a new one. I think I'm going to use that one just because it's new, and I'm like, that's interesting. It might not work, but we're going to try it. Let's see. I haven't decided where I want it yet. I want it just as it's coming back in, where the drums kind of drop off a little bit. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, right there. Cool. It's very subtle, but it's there. It's like little subtle things like that I find that people don't notice consciously, but it's there subconsciously. And if you were to take it out of the song, they would notice that it's gone. It's amazing how that works. There. I think I've got the whole song. I've got a song. So for the purpose of, so now we're going to do a bangers and mashup. For the purpose of the bangers and mashup, I'm going to add a section at the end with a little bit of silence. I do that because when I finish singing the song, oh, I didn't want it on automatic. When I finish singing the song, it has a tendency to loop back around, and it throws me off every time. Let's do, yeah, like, I don't know, 20 bars or something. Just to give me a little bit of silence at the end. There, so it doesn't loop back around. There must be a setting for not looping it back around. It should just end at the end of the song, but I did not see it in the settings. There's a fade out setting, but after the fade out is done, it comes right back around again. It starts playing again. So what can you do with a shoe? So do we have lots of words? Do we need one more? Did anybody shout out another set of numbers?
Well, we do have some numbers we can use.
We do? All right, let's use them. Just get just a last minute. This will be like a last minute thing. So whose birthday is that? The 7th. Oh, that's your birthday. I remember that back in 19. Page 10. Everybody knows how old you are now because it was on that episode.
Don't watch it.
Page. No, do watch it and share it with your friends. Okay, so page 10, line 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so both let you play your own samples from any M1. Both let you play your own samples from any M1. That's a keyboard. Speaking of which, I saw one at Spaceman. An M1, a Korg M. I have wanted an M1 since, like, well, pretty much since they came out, and that was like, well, this magazine's 1992, and they were fairly new at the time, so probably 1992. Cool. And page 12, line 18, because that's Russ's birthday. They tell me. I'm sure I knew that at some point. What was it? Page 12 again? Okay. Page 12. 11, 12. Oh, it's an advertisement for Finale. Oh, yeah, we were there before, weren't we? Page 12, line 18. Let me see. 1. Oh, there was only 10. Was that the page that only had 10 lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I could use that as line 18. Coda's Blue Book shows how much we'll pay for your trade-up. Coda, C-O-D-A. Coda's Blue Book shows how much we'll pay for your trade-up. That sounds okay. All right, apparently that's how the song is going to end. Well, that means that it's time to put this into practice, I believe. A little bit of coffee there. Oh, my coffee's not as warm as it once was. The water as a chaser is lovely in that case. All right, so.
Are we adding names?
Are we adding names? No, I think I'm going to have a hard enough time with the sentences as they are. But for everyone who was in the live chat, thank you ever so much. I really appreciate you joining us for the live show. And you are going to find yourselves in the credits at the end of the show when it's posted on YouTube. So if you want to watch till the end credits, there you go. So that's going to be, this time around, it's going to be Nicole and Sue and Anna and Judy and Carnell and Wilkes and Lynn the Rocket and Mr. McGuire. Mr. McGuire? That sounds like a teacher. I feel like Mr. McGuire should be teaching me something. Or a cat. Mr. McGuire could be the name of a cat. Oh, I picture a big fluffy white cat too. I wonder if Mr. McGuire likes cats. Well, hopefully your cat likes the show. All right, let's turn this into a tunage, shall we? Let's bring up our vocal mic here. Turn the vocal mic on because it has all of the effectimizing. Is that? Yeah, I think that's at a good position. I feel like it has flopped down on me. I always want to do this. Pigs in space. There. Had to get that out of my system. All right. Let's get this song underway, shall we?
When I hear it now, it almost sounds like my funny Valentine. Slurs and ties reshaped with the click of a mouse, composed and performed and edited. The piece itself, if you want a killer mixer for a low fare, don't miss the bus, act fast. Offer is good for a limited time only. I think his voice, his voice, I think his voice, I think his voice is a lot more mature now. How come the big box of gears in my magazine is much smaller than the box on the cover?
And there you have it. That is the bangers. We had more than enough lyrics as it turned out. I didn't even get to sing them all, which is a little disappointing that I didn't get to do that last weird line. But it worked out really well. Actually, I kind of like that idea, pulling lines from stuff, because they're already full sentences. It's a lot easier to figure out the syllables of a full sentence than it is to take a bunch of random words and just throw them together. Easier, but, you know, still a little difficult. Well, that was cool. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had fun too. You know what that means? That means we've reached the end of the show. We've composed the song. Remember, this song is going to be available for you to use in your own projects, not with the singing part. We'll cut that out. That's just a little bit of fun that we have at the end of the show. But you can download this song. Well, you'll be able to download this song once I put it up. We put them on SoundCloud. And then I also put a copy of it, the uncompressed version. So if you go to SoundCloud, it's like an MP3. It's like every other MP3 that you listen to on any other service. And you can play it in their app, or you can download it right to your computer and use it as an MP3. But if you want the full uncompressed AIF version, go to transistorsandwich.com, and there is a link right at the top of the page. It's a great big download button. Hit that download button. That'll take you to the download page, and you can download the fully uncompressed versions of the songs. And lovely, you can use that in your own stuff. So let's get some graphics up on the screen there as I say goodnight to our fine folks who came in to spend some time with us as we created some tunes. I want to say hello to everyone who came to the show. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm waiting for Julie to bring something up on screen, and this is where I go. I just start playing things and people look at me like I'm weird. I'm so used to it, 'cause I really am a strange guy. It comes out of me like that. That's how it works. This is how we actually write music in Black Cherry too. It just kind of falls out of us. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Julie for all your hard work, not just during the show. Julie is working all week long on the social media channels, so you can chat with her on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and yeah, that's the 3. So if you want to get a hold of me, get a hold of her, and keep the conversation going. Yeah. And I want to say thank you to Gary, because Gary is our original Transcend Super... Yeah, and I can't say it apparently. He's our original Transcend Superfan. He's actually the guy that came up with the name, Transcend Superfan. And he's here with us in the studio every single week, and it's always lovely to have him here, because I like having a live audience. I mean, I love having this live audience, but I love having physical people in front of me as well. It kind of gives me somebody to look at. And I want to say thank you to Ross, of course, my wonderful Ross, for generously hosting Transcend Live on his iVlog.tv channel. That's him up there. And most of all, I want to say thank you to you, our Transcend fans. Remember, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember to like and subscribe and share with all your friends. So until next time, I want to say be good to yourself, be good to each other, and have a great Saturday night. Bye, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you really did, hit subscribe. And then click the little notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Touch or click a video to the right for even more Transistor Sandwich. Go ahead. Touch it. Push the button. You know you wanna.